refinding my faith has been something that's been absolutely life-changing for me too. But the struggle with the alcohol, like that was tough, and that kept me stagnant for way too long. But now that the brain fog cleared up, man, it's been cool. It's just like a different feeling. It's like you see life in color now, you know?
This podcast is sponsored by Action Coaching. If you're a home service business owner, ask yourself this: are you constantly chasing new leads or just keeping the business growing? Ben Jordan built a $100 million plumbing and HVAC company. Inside the Action Group, he teaches contractors how to create recurring revenue, strengthen leadership, improve sales, and build systems that reduce the owner's day-to-day involvement. Members get weekly coaching, practical templates, proven scripts, and strategies designed specifically for home service businesses. If you want to get out of the truck, build something that runs without you and creates real wealth, check out the Action Group on School and book your free consulting call.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Builder's Bible Podcast. We are here with Mathew Wayne Abajian. I believe I pronounced that right.
Abajian, yeah. Real close. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me. I'm looking forward to our time together here today.
Awesome, dude. Well, we were chatting just a little bit before we started recording. So share with our audience a little bit about your background and story. So how did you get into pest control? By the way, Mathew is with Pest Badger. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, walk us through that journey, man. And then how did you kind of end up where you're at now?
Sure. So I guess make a long story short, back in like 2019, I was going through some stuff personally and ended up, I've been in sales for a long time, 15 plus years. And I got out of it because I was, the long hours and all that. And so I got out of it and I started working at a machine shop. And let me tell you, like standing in one spot, pushing a button all day, that was not my lane. That was not my style. So I ended up leaving that and I kind of did a lot of stuff. I ended up getting into like blacksmithing and making knives and trying to just do that on my own. And I had a buddy that I used to sell cars with that reached out to me. He's like, "Hey man, I know this guy. He owns a pest control company and he's looking for some sales guys." And basically I met Jonas, we went over to his house. We had a impromptu meeting in his basement, man, with a plastic fold out table and some fold out chairs, and
Yeah.
in a dimly lit basement. And yeah, he was like, "Man, this is our vision, like we're knocking doors, we're selling pest control." And I'm like, "Man, I can sell," but like I did the door knocking thing like when I was like 16 for Cutco, and
everyone's done that at one point.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's done the Cutco thing, and I hated it, man. I was like, this door knocking sucks, and I didn't realize how lucrative it really is and how big of a market pest control really is. And so at first it was tough, like we started knocking in Arizona was my first week actually knocking. And that's a very traditional market where there's a ton of door knockers. So let me tell you, when you get the door slammed on you, like every single day, like it's tough. But then we came back to Wisconsin and like there's truth behind Wisconsin nice or Midwest nice. And man, like the people, they just wanted to talk to you. It was super cool going from like the Arizona market to the Midwest market. And yeah, so like it was kind of started from there and, just, a year and a half or approaching 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to start my own location. So yeah, everything ended up working out. Everything is going pretty good now, and sometimes you just gotta trust in God's plan, even though you don't know what's next to you. And sometimes you gotta close your eyes and take the jump.
I love it, dude. Well, I think it's so cool for we have a lot of younger guys that listen to the show, and hearing you kind of start from the bottom where you're doing door knocking and like we were chatting offline a little bit, just sticking with the grind and working your way up. And eventually you can get to where you want to be. Maybe tell us so what does your day-to-day kind of look like now? Are you still mostly in the field? You have a team around you? What does kind of your day-to-day look like?
So my day-to-day, I have tried my best to relinquish a little bit of control. Like I do have a little issue with that sometimes because it's always like, like I want to do it because I know if I do it, it's done right and all that.
Yeah.
So my day to day though, I mean, I am a mixture of out in the field. I'm selling, helping out with some scheduling, fielding calls from customers and that kind of thing. So my day to day is kind of a little bit different, every day. I'm still doing like our big inspections when people like call in the office. We do at my location, we do a ton of bed bugs. So I'm doing those inspections because they're unique situations. We also do like a lot of wildlife. So I'm doing the inspections for wildlife when it comes to like sealing up houses, keeping bats and squirrels and raccoons and stuff out, doing some trapping. But yeah, my day-to-day life is a little different. I don't have any sales guys right now. I did just hire a technician about a little over a month ago.
Okay.
And let me tell you, like that has been a godsend because
Good.
he's got the experience, and it takes a lot off my plate with the normal like everyday servicing. The cookie cutter stuff, the residential servicing. I do a lot more commercial and residential here, which I actually enjoy the commercial side of things. But yeah, it's been a tremendous help having him here with the. He came from like he's worked for like 3 different pest control companies too. So he's got the knowledge, like he wants to learn more, like he wants to get his entomology certification and go to school for that and all that. So like he's been a tremendous help, doing the monotonous, daily stuff like that. And I can focus more on growth. So yeah, he's been a great help for sure.
100%, man. Talk to us currently. What are some sticking points? Like maybe what's the biggest challenge that y'all are having right now? And then what do you feel like has gone well so far for 2026?
Sure. So this year, big challenge that I've had is been a lot more personal outside of the business. Obviously, I'm doing my best to grow the business as much as I can, and growth is always the answer. Calculated growth, of course. The biggest thing for me this year, I guess one of my biggest struggles was I struggled a lot with alcohol. I am currently sober.
Wow.
Been sober
Congratulations, dude.
for a little while now. I don't usually I don't like to keep track of the days because it's like, dude, I'm just doing it,
Yeah.
Refinding my faith has been something that's been absolutely life changing for me too. But the struggle with the alcohol, like that was tough, and that kept me stagnant for way too long. But now that the brain fog cleared up, man, it's been cool. Like it's just like a different feeling. It's like you see life in color now.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's been awesome. I mean, one thing I think personally that on the flip side of that, one thing personally I think that we do well is anyone can come out and spray for bugs, man. Like you can hire Terminex, you can hire Orkin, you can hire these big box companies that can come out and they can spray for bugs. Sure. I think what really makes us different is how we try to make people feel. People are inviting you into their homes, and in my opinion, that's like a super big responsibility.
Yeah.
They're trusting you in their safe place, right?
Mhm.
Like my home is my safe place, and people inviting you into their home I think it's a big weight and a big responsibility to carry. And I treat it as that, I'm not just like, oh, I'm going to come in and spray like, around your baseboards and stuff like that. Like it's different, like you're inviting me into your home. Like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's crazy. So, and then one other thing is, we don't ever want people to feel pressured into anything. I'm going to give like honest feedback and try and educate customers as much as I can. And let them know like, hey, like this is what I think we should do. This is my recommendation. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. If there's a cheaper option out there and it's not even with us, like I'm going to recommend it, like, hey man, like really honestly, you can probably take care of this by yourself and go buy some, stuff at the store or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But building that trust, I think is the most important part of not just pest control, but like sales in general. People don't buy from people they don't trust, right? Like, of course, if everyone in their life had a friend that was in every industry that we would potentially need something in, they would go to them first because they
Right.
trust them, you know? So building that trust is something that, I don't know, in my opinion, that's the best marketing strategy you can have, you know?
Yeah. It's also the most rewarding, and I think it's the best long-term strategy too, just because, over time people will refer you and they trust you, and
Yeah. And
yeah,
people remember how you treat them. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
it's one of those things, you know, and some people may say like, oh, that sounds like bad business. Like you should be out there trying to collect as much revenue as possible. And it's like, sure. But I also believe in doing the right thing, no matter who's watching. And if you know, if my approach is bad business in some people's eyes, then it is what it is, man. But at the end of the day, I could sleep at night knowing that I did the right thing,
yeah.
no matter who was watching. So
I love it, dude.
This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions. They help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit Corberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's Corberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. What's up, everybody? This podcast is sponsored by Grimes Financial Advisors. You've spent time and energy building a successful business, but here's the question. Do you have a real retirement plan or just a pile of investments? Our friends at Grimes Financial Advisors specialize in helping business owners and families create a clear roadmap for retirement through their proprietary retirement blueprint. Instead of focusing only on investments, they look at the entire picture: income planning, taxes, long-term care, legacy planning, and making sure your money is actually working for the life you want to live. I've gotten to know Dustin personally. One of the things that I respect most about him is he believes every financial decision should fit into a bigger plan. You shouldn't just chase returns. So whether you're 5 years from retirement or simply want a second opinion on your financial strategy, I highly recommend reaching out to Dustin and his team. Visit Grimes Financial Advisors to schedule your consultation and start building your own retirement blueprint.
We've talked to some other pest control guys, quite a few actually in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, but it seems like one of the big things in pest control is just your response time. Because I imagine if someone tries to call you guys or whatever, if you don't respond quickly, they're probably just going to call the next company.
for sure.
Talk to us about that a little bit. Do you feel like that's pretty common within the industry?
It is, yes, to a point. So in my opinion, it depends on the initial relationship that you build. Like, and it's tough because you're doing that over the phone. And my office is really good at doing it. And I've jumped on calls with them to try and walk them through like different things that they can do to help build that value initially without actually being there and doing it all, you know, over the phone and not being face to face. But yeah, response time, kind of depends, I guess, on the situation. It's all relative to what they're dealing with, right? Like I said, I do a lot of bed bugs. That is like an emergency situation. Now, with me, I build enough value before I even get there that 95% of the time, if I can't get there that day or the next day, I've already built so much value and they like trust me even over the phone that they'll wait a few days for me.
Yeah.
Like because I'm like a bed bug encyclopedia, man. Like by the time they're done, they're like, oh my God, I learned so much stuff about bed bugs. Like, so, so like, yeah, I try and like educate them. I asked a lot of questions. It's because it's important to like fully understand the situation that they're going through, right? Like, it's not like, you know, the average call center for a pest control company is like ring ring, hello, hey, I think I have some bed bugs. Okay, so like what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out, we're gonna charge you this much, we're gonna spray, we're gonna whatever, right?
Yeah.
With me, it's oh my gosh, I think I have bed bugs. Like really, like where are you seeing them? How long have they been there? When did you start noticing them? Are you getting bites? Where are your bites? Have you gone anywhere recently? Like, have you gone on vacation? Has anyone come over that was kind of sketchy? You know what I mean? Like just different stuff like that, you know? Like I really want to, the main thing, especially with bed bugs, is the main thing I want to know is like, how'd you get them? And like, let's not do this again. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not in business to like treat people forever. You know what I mean? With general bugs and general rodents, yeah, you have to be on ongoing, like you have to be on recurring for it to work. Like it's, and people think like, oh, we'll spray until the bugs are gone. And then once you stop spraying, the bugs come back. Like, I don't care what anyone says.
They always find a way.
They do. So response time, again, back to your question, response time, it's important for certain things. I just feel like certain things are more important than other things. You know, if there's squirrels getting in someone's attic, like, yeah, we got to get out there and get this taken care of. You know, if somebody's like, hey man, I got like a couple spiders in my house, like, yeah, like that's not like, yeah, it sucks. Like just take your sandal and smush it for me. You know what I mean? Like, but like our typical response time either way, like we try and get out there within 24 to 48 hours. I don't want people waiting, you know, that's one thing that is important, you know, is getting there. And one complaint that you always hear from customers if they're dealing with those big box companies is, oh yeah, they can't get to me till like 2 weeks from now. You know, it's like, sure, yeah, that sucks. Right?
Yeah.
They just don't, and then they don't feel as important. You know, like that's the other thing. It's like your issues are very important to me, and that's why I'm going to get out as soon as I can. You know, so yeah, response time is super important. It is, again, relative to kind of what bug we're dealing with or rodent or wildlife or whatever. But yeah, response time is always going to be important, and you're just never going to have good response time with the, you know, bigger companies. It's just, they just have a lot more to do, you know?
Absolutely. I love that, dude. Last question here. I like to ask a lot of the pest guys this, but give us maybe one or two of your, you know, worst stories that you've seen at someone's house. I'm sure you've seen a lot of stuff, but is there anything that's been just absolutely crazy?
Sure. I got a couple of them, and they are bed bug related. Those are always fun ones. It's funny because like when I first started, I was like super freaked out. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna bring him home. And like now I'm like, dude, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like I'm going with like shorts and a t-shirt and handle it, you know. But no, I did one. Oh gosh, this was probably 6 months or so ago now. It was in an apartment complex, and it was a lower income apartment. Not that that matters, but people just don't report things as frequently.
Right.
So we actually, we did get a report from one of the tenants, and we went in and I didn't find anything. But she still wanted treatment. So we treated, and she literally had nothing in her unit. She had like a TV stand and an air mattress, like not even exaggerating.
Okay.
She had like nothing in there. I'm like, I don't even know where these bugs would be. Like there's nothing in here, you know? So I ended up talking to the property manager, and I'm like, hey, if she's seeing them, like there's nothing in it, they're like coming from somewhere else. Right. So I start doing, you know, inspections of other units, and then I found the unit. And let me tell you, on a scale of 1 to 10, I see lots of things. Like this was like a 100. It was so bad. And the guy, like, he was an older gentleman, drank a lot, just didn't care a whole lot, you know, which is unfortunate. But when I tell you I killed at least 25,000-30,000 in there, I am not exaggerating. We and I could send you videos that'll give you nightmares. We pulled away his couch, and I'm not joking. There was a layer all along the wall of bed bugs, and they were like, it was, you walk in the unit, it was instant. They were like crawling up the walls, and like like the guy walks up and they're crawling on him, you know, like it was really, really bad. Yeah, that was a crazy one.
That makes me sad because you wonder, I don't know, it's just crazy to think someone could live in an environment like that. Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing again. Yeah, like you said, it is really sad. You know, it's like and I'm an empath, right? So like I think about these things a little bit more deeply than some people. And it's like, man, like what did you go through in your life
Yeah.
that led you to this point where you just don't care? Like something happened. You know what I mean? Like do you have family? Like apparently he didn't have any family, and like it was a really sad situation, you know, like, and that's the thing with me, it, you know, not trying to like toot my own horn here or anything, but like I go into situations and I like feel for people, you know, it's like, yeah, man, like you got a lot of bugs. I'm not here to judge you, man. I'm here to take care of your bugs. I feel for you. And like, it's sad, you know, like I had one guy that I did another bed bug job for that had dementia. Like he just didn't even know what was happening. And
That's
it
hard.
was like super sad, you know, and I'm talking to like his caregiver and I'm like, man, you gotta help the guy out. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
And yeah, so like that whole, and again, going back to, you know, like my faith, you know, my relationship with Christ has kind of like redefined how I see everything, you know, now, and how I define success, and just, you know, it's not just money, man. Like we got to be out here, just we're all brothers and sisters of Christ. And we got to be out here helping each other. You know, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's, you know, that's, we got to serve people no matter what situation they're in, no matter what they've done to us, right? Like live
Absolutely.
like Jesus. He washed the feet of a gentleman that would betray him. You
Mhm.
know, it's, I think that's the most important thing, and it makes you feel good, makes your heart feel good. You know,
I love that, dude. Well, Matthew,
yeah.
this has been so fun, man. Where can anyone in our audience get in touch with you? Or I guess it's pestbadger.com. Is that correct?
It is pestbadger.com. Otherwise, if you just Google like Pest Badger Waukesha, so it'd be WAUKESHA. We have our Google My Business where we got the phone numbers on there. We do have a Facebook page. I'm not the greatest with it, like, so I don't do a whole lot with it. I should probably hire somebody to do that because like I'm not the greatest with social media, but
Yeah.
we do have a Facebook page that you could always reach out there. The easiest thing though would be just like calling our office, you know,
Yeah.
and if anyone wants to talk to me, just have the office get a hold of me, and I'll give you a call back. Like I'm not that owner that's like too far, you know, too
Mhm.
far dismissed that I'm not talking to people. Like I talk to everybody. You know, you want to talk to me and get some ideas, or get some information, I'm happy to do that too. So
Awesome, man. Well, dude, thank you so much again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time.
appreciate it.
This episode is brought to you by 10x Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10x Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team.